All right, well, I'm not 100% sure which job I'm gonna do today. I've got a couple options. Can continue that gravel job, that driveway job, or I got a job just down the road that doesn't require any material right now. I don't exactly know what the ground conditions on that driveway is like right now, but it was minus 14 last night. So first things first, I gotta see if this thing's gonna fire up. She's alive. She ain't happy, but she's alive. There, sounds good already. I gotta check this thing for a block heater. I haven't even checked this for a block heater yet. I kinda got a feeling it doesn't have one. But anyway, I'm gonna jump back in the Chev here, let that warm up, and I'm gonna go check out that driveway, see what the ground conditions look like. And also I need to put some fuel in the generator back to the cottage. We're staying back there for like the next 3 or 4 days probably, because it's gonna be cold. I don't want, you know, the water lines freezing or nothing like that, so gotta keep heating the place. It's gonna be, today is a high of like -5, then it's going down to -13 or 14 tonight. And then the real damage is on Friday. It's actually supposed to, it's a chance of showers on Friday. And then it goes down to -25 at night. Celsius. That's without the wind chill. That will be the coldest day in Nova Scotia that I can honestly ever remember. I don't think I've ever seen it be -25 in my lifetime anyway, in Nova Scotia. I've never seen that. So if we get that rain, if we get a bit of rain and then that freezing cold, it is gonna be, like, everything's gonna be frozen solid. Like car doors and stuff are gonna be absolutely frozen solid. But that's gonna be interesting. All right, well, one small little slip tank of fuel added to the generator. This isn't one of my big tanks. This is one of my small tanks that I picked up during Hurricane Fiona to keep the generators rolling. But yeah, that was, well, 120 some liters, so 260, 270 bucks, something like that cost. If I would have known that back when the diesel prices started dropping, they've gone up crazy here in Nova Scotia in the last couple weeks. Had I known that they were gonna go up like this, I would have been filling this thing up back when the prices were a bit lower. But man, I tell you, I don't know. They what they're trying to do to us. Don't even want to get into that. But it is sure expensive to run a company or anything right now, that's for sure. Well, I just made the call to go for a load of rock. I've already been there, dumped that. John's there leveling it off now. It's pretty slippery. The road going in there is like a sheet of ice, and there's a hill, a really sharp hill and a turn. It's not a big hill, but it's enough. Just before a bridge coming out. Going in, it's just after the bridge. You can't get a lot of speed to try to get up the hill, and I was spinning pretty good with that first load. And then coming down, it was a little sketchy. She started to slide, and I was going towards the bridge a little bit. And anyway, I'm gonna try one more load. The sun's coming out now, so it will help melt some stuff off here a little bit, even though it's gonna be -4, -5. I'm gonna grab a load. I got a load of type 2 now to see if we can get some compaction going on, and we'll go from there. If it's still sketchy, I'm pulling the plug and I'm gonna start the other job. All right, well, we're giving this thing a try. I'll see what it's like going out of here again. As you can see, it's just a sheet of ice, and it's pretty sketchy getting in here, getting out of here, down with that hill down there. But we're putting a layer of type 2 down now to give ourselves some traction and compaction, because the rock is great, but it doesn't compact, you know, all that well. But it's what we needed for a base for the bottom. Anyway, we're gonna try to, I got my spreader trains hooked up. We're just trying to dump a few, you know, smaller loads on the way in and level it off, and back in further and level it off. And this will act as, you know, sort of almost like sanding the driveway at the same time. So we're gonna see how this plays out. I'll see what it's like on the next load. You can see the sun's coming out and it's starting to melt. So if it's good going out of here, if it's better, it's not as sketchy, then I'll probably continue at this. But if not, I'm gonna take John down and show him down here, and we'll get started on that. We'll see. There's the 550. Still got it, boys. I know everyone keeps asking where the 550's at. Well, here it is. It's still here. Just put 2 new front hub assemblies on it and 2 new batteries in it. And this is from Dave this summer, unfortunately. But yeah, and it still has a little bit of a hop in the front end. At a certain speed, at like 60 kilometers an hour, this thing hops. It just bounces. I don't know, like, and I had it at the Ford dealer, and they said it was the hubs, but it seems to me it's like a tie rod end or steering stabilizer or something. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'm back in here a little bit further and see how it all plays out, I guess. One of the big downfalls with some quarries, including this one, in the wintertime is there's one guy. One guy works the scale house, and one guy loads the trucks. So all these trucks came in front of me. There's 4 in front of me, and there's now 2 behind me, lined up, ready to go. We all sort of came in at the same time, so you wait in line to get loaded. So I was number 5 to get loaded, and now I'm number 5 to get weighed in. So it always takes longer. I mean, this poor guy, he just doesn't stop. He's in tracking back and forth, running back and forth with the loader, and getting out, climbing over the machine, running inside, doing up the paperwork, printing off all the receipts. Then trucks come in, he runs out, jumps in the loader, and goes and does his thing. Like, you kind of would think that they could still stick somebody in that scale house and make a profit here in the wintertime. Anyway, so this is the hill right here that is sketchy, and no sun has hit it yet. When I just came up that last load, I was spinning for everything I had. And the last thing you want is to stop on a hill and have to coast back. But going down is also sketchy. So here I am right here going down, and she starts to speed up. And she slides sideways like that. Oh, you got a river right here. It's not exactly the best feeling in the world. Well, and there it is. Worst nightmare came true for today. Just couldn't quite make it up. Down she is. This has got slippery all of a sudden. Like, it was slippery before, but look at this. I'm sliding. I can't even stop. I'm just gonna run because I can't stop. So that was not like that earlier today. That has gotten ridiculous. Anyway, got a 14-ton load on it. And that's where it's staying for right now. Oh my my god, I can't even stand up. I don't see any damage at all, so that's good. I'm not even going to attempt to yank that out. Wait for a wrecker. Here's where I got. And she just started going. And she picked up speed quick. So close. Oh my. Alright, so even though I got stuck today, it is a beautiful night back here. We're back here because it's so cold. We gotta keep some heat in the place. And right directly across there is the next job we're doing, which I will show you guys in the next part of this video, which will be tomorrow morning. Alright, so I was already over here this morning, got the machine and the dump truck fired up, and they told me that this was going to be sanded last night. The other guys that are working on the road, well, it didn't get touched. I'm spinning in this thing right now. So there's no way that I'm bringing the dump truck down there or up here the way it is, which is extremely unfortunate. These people in here actually pay for a road maintenance fee. And look at it. It is a sheet of ice. Like, this is ridiculous. Alright, well, here is the next job. So this little bunkie is going from where it's at down to here to make room for a future build up here and some parking spot here for now for the owners who are great people. I've met them a few times because there's something right over there. Anyway, so we need to get a nice level flat section down here. They want it to face, you know, sort of out this way. We've got some trees to take down. This pine's coming down. This 3 maples and birch trees coming down. And we want to sort of make this area usable. So pull out the rocks, pull out the humps, level any fill that we have down there. All the grubbins have to come out. The wood will pile up. The brush, stumps, you know, all that stuff. Make this nice. And then we'll end up putting, we'll probably take these trees down too. And we'll use this rock as sort of our face. And we'll just carve the bank out. If we have rocks on site, we'll use them to stack them up. Make a little rock retaining wall. We've got a few here. He said use any rocks you want, so there's rocks there. There's rocks all through the woods, and you know, make it look nice. And this is where the bunkie's gonna sit. The issue is that this road is a sheet of ice right now, so I can't haul loads in, can't haul loads out. We're running out of space right now. So to make things, you know, at least moving forward somewhat, I've got that load of rock that I dumped over there yesterday at the very end. I'm gonna walk this down there, level that off, and then by then John should probably be here. He has some appointments in the mornings. He's a little bit late getting here today. I'll level that off, then I'll come back over and we'll just have to start grabbing this stuff and firing it up here somewhere out of the way for now, so that we got room to at least do what we got to do down here until the road is usable, because right now it's not usable at all. There's lots of brush and stuff laying around, which we'll haul out for them anyway. So there'll be some tracking back and forth, bringing it up, and we'll just have to fire it in here for now, out of the way, and then eventually load it on the truck and get it out of here. I might bring the plow over first thing tomorrow morning or something and scrape this down, just so that if we do get a bit of warmer weather tomorrow, it might get down to the gravel. That's what I'm hoping. Anyway, so to keep things moving, that's the game plan, right? All right, well, I decided to take the truck out of here and move it down to the next job site for the weekend at least. Supposed to get a bit of snow on Sunday, and still got some good traction in here right now. Down there it's parked on flat ground, so should be better off down there than sitting up here on this hill. Anyway, we'll take a run down and see what John's up to. The dump truck is staying here for the weekend. Hopefully by Monday or Tuesday I'll be able to get it out of here, be able to continue the jobs here. But we'll have to wait and see. The truck is sort of stranded in here right now. Yeah, so there's where it's gonna sit for the weekend. John's boulder hunting. I said we can use any rocks that we need to use on the property. They definitely have a lot. So he's just going through and picking out the ones that will work, making good use of them. All right, I definitely got to get that fan belt replaced on this machine. See how he's making it. Got this face done. This will be the front face. Yes, sir. That's looking good. Awesome. Doing really good. Doing really good.